friends, and welcome back to the Red Brick House. Today I wanted to bring and share with you a short and quick and easy way to use up your stash yarn that you've been holding on to for a while. If you're like me, you have a stash of yarn. If you've made more than a few projects, you know what I'm talking about. And so I'm going to show you my quick and easy table runner that I made. Now I was looking, story time here a little bit, I was looking for a tablecloth for spring, a table runner for my coffee table for spring, because I like, I don't know if you're like me, but when I put away my winter decorations and then it just seems kind of bare, so that's how I feel. So I wanted something on my coffee table to bring in a little bit of color for spring. And so I looked around at a few stores. I didn't find really anything I loved. And so then about the same time I was on the hunt for a table runner, I was going through my yarn stash and kind of rewrapping things, looking at what I had, and lo and behold, I come across this, which I was like, oh, those are the perfect spring colors. And so I had, I think two and maybe a quarter. I had a little bit of another skein left. And so I was like, oh, maybe I can do something with that and make my own table runner. And I don't have to purchase anything, and I'm using up something I already have. And I love that when that happens. So I'll tell you a little bit about this yarn. It is an acrylic. I don't love acrylic yarn, but it is what's most accessible where I live. So I do use it occasionally. This is by Baby Bee. So it's a baby yarn. It's called Sweet Delight Chunky Happy Go Rainbow. And it's very soft. And I'm using a crochet hook, 9mm or in crochet hook. It's pretty big. It's pretty chunky. And that's what I used. And all I did, this is so easy, all I did was rows of single crochet. Here in a minute I'll show you an up close view of it. But they're just rows of single crochet. Now here in the US, that's where I live, so these are US crochet terminology. I know they're different in the UK, and I'm not an expert on all the different names for all the stitches. But here where I live in the US, we call this a single crochet. And so that's all it is. And then when I got to the end, I thought that the sides or the ends were a little bit plain. So I wanted to do something, but like I said, I wanted this to be a simple, quick project. I didn't want it to be a long project. I love long processed. You know I do if you've been watching my videos. I like the slow stitching, quilting, knitting, but sometimes I want just a short and easy, quick project because, springtime's coming. It's go time outside here in the south of US where I live. There's weeds everywhere. The lawn needs to be mowed. There's just a lot to do outside. And so I don't have as much time to do all the slow projects. And so I'm saying so a lot, I feel like. I apologize for that. But that's just how I talk. So when I got to the ends of this little project here, I had thought I wanted to do fringe really, but then I was thinking that's going to take a long time. So all I did was just a scalloped edge, and I'll show you here. I'll show you up close here in a minute. But that's what I call a scalloped edge. Now my mom taught me how to do this. She called it a scalloped edge. So if you're familiar with a scalloped stitch, it might be different than what I'm considering a scalloped edge, because she taught me how to do this, and that's just what I do, and that's what I call it because that's what Mama did, And so all I did was, first when I went across this edge, I did a row of single crochet, and then on the way back I started what I call my scallop stitch, or my scalloped edge, and that consists of 3 half double crochets into one stitch. Now once again, these are American crochet terms. 3 half doubles into one stitch, and then I counted over 3, and on the third stitch I made a slip stitch, and then would just start over. into that slip, from that slip stitch, you just go right back into your 3 half doubles. And then you just continue that until you're at the other end. Next week, next Thursday, I try to upload videos every Thursday. So if you want to see me working on this, I'm going to put up a video of me stitching some of the single crochet, and then at the end of that video, I'm going to be doing this edge. So if you're interested in watching me do it, it won't be a tutorial, like I won't be talking you through how to do it, but you can see how I work those stitches and how I make that, if you're interested in that. And so now let me show you a little bit up close so you can see kind of what it looks like. So I'm just going to bring it in a little bit here, if I can. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see the stitches. And then I'll show you the scalloped edge here. I think it turned out really neat just for, you know, a weekend project. And so there it is. So now I'll show you, I'll kind of run it through the camera here. But look at these colors. So I want to talk about how these colors came across. Isn't that neat? I've said it before, but I love working with these variegated yarns because they're so much fun to see what the colors are gonna do. So when it's all skeined up and it looks like this, and then you work on it and then it turns out like this, it's very interesting to me. I'm interested to know what it would look like instead of going lengthwise if I would have gone back and forth this way. If I had crocheted it this way, I think I would have gotten more of a like stripe effect to it. So, but I think this is neat how the colors interweave. Like you see yellow here and purple here. It's really neat. And so there you have it. That's a quick and easy project for you to bust your stash and use up what you already have and maybe produce less waste. I don't know. I like to think of it that way. When I'm using up something that I already own, I don't have to go and buy more stuff. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you think I'm doing a good job here on YouTube. I'm trying to bring interesting content to you. And so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.